Hi, how are you? Well, here I am. It's 2 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon, and next week and Tuesdays thereafter, I'll be coming on around 3 p.m. just to spend 20, 30 minutes with you and to really create a high frequency energetic support system for our Lifewave family. And we had the most exciting call with scientist, inventor, and of course the man behind Lifewave, David Schmidt, on Saturday. And I wanted to read you some of the notes as I was taking during that call because they were really informational and they really help you understand what you're doing every time you put on one of these little patches onto your skin. And what he was talking about was that this is affordable stem cell technology today, and that all of the third party stem cell technology that is out there is definitely not approved by the FDA yet. And however, not only is Lifewave and X39 approved by FDA, but it's been deemed an essential business during COVID, which is really exciting. So these Tuesdays are when you can come in, ask some questions, and really get some support around what it is that you need to know. So please feel absolutely free to come in on Tuesdays from now on at 3 p.m. Now, David was talking, I'm going to put my glasses on because I want to read some really exciting information that he was giving us. And so this is, by the way, I thought what was really exciting was the longevity industry, which is health, wellness, beauty, and longevity, will be the largest and most complex industry in human history. And this is because people and humans are understanding with this new technology that is happening, not just Lifewave, but lots and lots of incredible science and quantum physics now, that the body doesn't necessarily have to age. Hi, Ron. How are you, darling? Great to see you here. And so what these patches are is they are wireless communication between the patch and your body. Just think about it like that. Isn't that exciting? So you know that you can pick up a phone, you can watch a television, you can do lots of things that are wireless, right? You can even do wireless internet, which I'm on at the moment. And that means that the patch is working like that. So these are patches of nanocrystals. So I loved how he described them. And let me see. So first of all, he said that these stem cells are a universal cell, which means that they can actually move from where they are in the skin into other areas and even into the organs of our body. However, when we age, the stem cells no longer act like they used to act when we were younger. In fact, they start degrading from the age of 25, the age of 60 where, there's not many left. And apparently by the age of 75, what David said on Saturday is that there are no stem cells left, which means that we absolutely have to be using X39 and the next generations of X39, which are to come, to continually activate stem cell production, because that can be activated from the skin, stem cell production everywhere. And doesn't this make sense? Because when you see somebody who is 75, and if you don't see them for 5-10 years and you look at them, you go, wow, hang on a minute, that was a really big change from 75 to 85. And yet it doesn't have to be. And it doesn't have to be a big change from 40 to 50. It certainly doesn't have to be a big change from any age to any age any longer, because we have this reverse aging technology now, and the next generation of it to come as well, which is, at 67, obviously I can hardly wait for the next generation as well. So if you want to improve the quality of your life, obviously X39 is going to do this. What it does is it improves immune function, detoxing, improved athletic performance, and heart health, which is really important. So X39 augments how the stem cells work, and they activate stem cells via light. And this is the light within your body. So as you know, you put the stem cell on the body, it activates the light within our own body. Where everything is energy, there is nothing that is not energy. In fact, it was Nikola Tesla, who was the man who was known as the genius who lit up the world, who said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, you have to think first in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. And he said that when scientists do that, they will move faster in the next decade than what they have moved up until that moment. And that is exactly what is happening, Mr. Tesla. Thank you so much, because that's exactly what's happening now with quantum science and these stem cells and everything that is being produced. Lifewave is at the forefront of the reverse aging and what is happening in the world on an energetic, vibratory, high frequency level. Have we got Doria? You look beautiful. Aloha, Maui. From Maui. Thank you, Doria. Hi, Chris. Great to have you here too, sweetheart. And I'm just talking about the call that we had with David Schmidt on Saturday, which was just quite phenomenal. And I'm just going to turn this around a bit. And and what the stem cells are. So this is advanced stem cell therapy, and the majority of stem cell therapy is not approved by the FDA, which is what I said before. However, Lifewave, you can be absolutely assured, is not only approved but deemed an essential business, especially during COVID. So as we age, our stem cells don't function like younger cells and healthier cells, and over the age of 75, I am repeating myself, but this is really important. There are no stem cells, and that's why aging occurs rapidly from 75 onwards. And I know, like, Daniel is 73, and I have seen, and I'm 67, and I've seen a massive turnaround in the quality of our skin, our hair, our nails, everything in the 6 to 12 months since we've been using them. Doria, I know that when you talk about Lifewave, you tell everyone that, wow, you can actually see much more of a luminosity in your skin, and it's there, isn't it? It's very, very noticeable. The other thing is that one of my soul daughters in New Zealand, she's actually patching people up that she's meeting who have been in pain, and although Lifewave has a pain patch called Icewave, and also Energy does a very similar thing, she's been patching them up with X39 only, and she's taken people with frozen shoulder pain and all sorts of neck pain from a 7 and 8 down to 0 within 15 minutes to half an hour, and that is huge. So there is huge pain relief that happens with X39 as well. They have over 80 patents just on X39 alone, and they've used them with diabetic ulceration, where the ulcers, really bad ulcers, have actually really completely healed. Now, most of the time, a diabetic ulcer, if you know anything about that, they don't heal. And this X39 now is a way that if you know anybody with diabetes at all, please get them onto X39, share this technology, because there are photos of diabetic ulcers that have actually shrunk, and that is great news for our diabetic friends. As I said, light therapy has been used for thousands of years, and it is a biochemical mechanism of light. Let me see what else. He said you can apply the patch anywhere on the body because it is systematic to put the patch on the back of the neck, and it still heals a sore toe because the signal from the back of the neck goes to the toe. Wherever you are putting your patches, and they are recommended to put on to acupuncture points. And the reason why they do that, by the way, is for efficacy. However, they also do it because in all of their myriad clinical studies, they're the positions that they chose to do there's studies on. So so when you get your patches, and you can tell everybody this, you don't have to think about where you're going to put them, even though they can go anywhere on the body. And I've noticed that both Daniel and I have been using the patches on pain points, specific pain points, which are not acupuncture points, but they're working brilliantly on pain points. So when they get their patches, let them know that there is a booklet that comes with every sleeve of patches, and in the back of the booklet there is images where to place the patches, and it's so easy to use. It just makes people feel comfortable knowing that they can, that the images are there, this is where you put them, but you can't go wrong. This is the other thing. Don't get worried about, is it in the exact right spot? It doesn't matter. It's going to work wherever you put it. And it is going to, the patch is going to activate light and a signal in your body to activate what that patch has been designed to do. And X39 has been designed to activate copper peptide. Now, copper peptide is really, really important because it's copper peptide that actually elongates the telomere within the stem cells and regenerates stem cells. So as you know, as we get older, the stem cell, it's almost like it's got a tail on it. It loses its tail, it shortens. Now before this, once the telomere shortened, that was the end of it. It was just aging, here we come. However, with the activation of copper peptide with X39, now the telomeres are lengthened and the stem cells renewed. This is the most exciting technology you will ever come across in the world. And by the way, there is nothing like this in the world. So there is absolutely no competition to Lifewave out there. Yes, there are patches, but not patches that work like this. Now these patches are made up of, I kind of get this because I loved that I could have what they're made up of. They're made up of nanocrystals of amino acids, sugar. I will find it. Let me look. Let's see. The crystals, here they are. They're made up of water, oxygen, amino acids, and sugars. So they reflect specific wavelengths of light throughout the body. And the body creates heat and activates the patch. How many of you, and because I know many of you are incredibly spiritual and you work with us, with our spiritual mentorship and coaching programs, how many of you have ever seen an aura around something? It might not have been a plant, it could have been a tree or a flower. I remember the first time I saw auras around trees. I was driving at twilight on the way back from Melbourne to Geelong, an hour away, my hometown, and I looked up and there was pink light around all of the trees. It was like, what's going on? It was so beautiful. And of course, since then, I've been opening up my third eye, developing my inner world, and developing the ability to see the light. And the light around every human being is so stunning. So make no mistake, you are a being of energy, vibration, and frequency emitting a light. And that light has its own color spectrum, and these patches activate that light and color. Yeah, isn't that exciting? So copper peptide modulates and resets several thousand genes back to a younger state. So it's over a third of your genes go back to being younger, which is phenomenal. It mobilizes and activates the P63 gene, and with any injury, you need as many stem cells as you can get, and you can connect from the stem cell into the skin, and because it's a universal cell, it will literally go to the wound site. However, Daniel and I both go to a fabulous skin doctor, and he has been taking off some pre-cancerous skin things, and Daniel had one taken off from behind his ear, and we've absolutely been putting the stem cell patch on the sore that was created when the precancerous thing was taken out, and it is healing up so quickly. It is just phenomenal. By the way, If you've got anybody with a break, one of my clients, her mother just broke her hand and she had it all bandaged up, and I asked her to put a couple of X39 Eon and Energy actually on the cast, on the break and bandages, and then put glad wrap around it to keep it on, and that is going to activate rapid wound healing, rapid bone healing. So this is like, you can just rest assured that, let's say you've got a child and they fall over and break something, or heaven forbid, scrapes anything, please get it cleaned out thoroughly and apply your patches back of the neck, wherever you need to do it, near the site, and the patch will activate absolutely rapid wound healing, which is really super exciting. Okay. They've been doing studies on brain, and this is very important for all of us, for cognition, and actually activating the brain's ability to process our thoughts. And they did this on a 77-year-old man who had no stem cell activity, and it brought him into coherence, and the way the different areas of the brain communicate within each other. In 3 weeks, there was a noticeable difference. In fact, I have to tell you that one of my really good friends, who both of them, the husband and the wife, are Lifewave people, their 95-year-old father had really advanced Alzheimer's, and the doctors wanted to just put them into a home to die, and they just said no. And they changed his diet, and they started patching him up, and the 95-year-old wondrous man has now a better memory than what he had before he had Alzheimer's. And I can hardly wait for this book to come out. They're going to write a book about it, and it is going to be a blessing for all of us. My father died of dementia, and Daniel's father died of Alzheimer's. And so for us, having that in our family, we want to know what it is that we can do as far as diet, sleep, rest, de-stressing, detoxifying, and making sure that our brain is functioning in perfect coherence, which is what X39 does when you're wearing it. Isn't that exciting? Have you guys got any questions? Because if you have, I'm happy to answer them. Here are a few questions. Good. Which patch is the best patch for people who have lung problems? And can you use patches on dogs? My dog was bitten by a tick and she still has problems. Yes. Okay, so 3, which patch would work for scar tissue? I am pinpointing scar tissue on the lungs. And which patch is good for inflammation? So, Chris, the patch that is the best for the lung problem, obviously that will be X39 and Eon, because Eon is detoxifying and de-stressing, and that's just going to help with breathe easier. And I think that David even talked about X39 helping us to breathe easier. So X39 definitely, but I would augment that with Eon. And then can use on the dogs, definitely dogs and cats. This is really exciting. So on the side of the tick bite, by the way, I would, you can either put a bandage or a scarf around them. You can use these patches on their collars, because wherever they are near the site, they will be the body's heat and light will activate the patch. So obviously on the inside of the collar, if you can put it on the site of the tick, that would be brilliant. You'd probably have to wrap some glad wrap around it or something so the dog doesn't bite the patch off. But you have probably seen already, Chris, the fabulous photos of a cat and a dog, both of them bandaged up from here, like here, all the way down, because they were in accidents and the vets wanted to take the limbs. And luckily they were Lifewave distributors, the people who owned the animals, and they, it looked like they had bandage around them and then all of the patches over that, again with plastic around that so they couldn't eat it. So animals, definitely use them on animals. I've seen video of animals who have been dragging their backsides and back legs around because their hips were gone, and I've seen them being patched up in like a flower patch on their backs. And after 6 weeks, I've actually seen the same dogs who couldn't pick up their back legs to walk, run around a backyard. So you want these for arthritis and arthritic conditions in your dogs and pain conditions. Because as you know, the dogs and the horses, and horses are being patched up for years now with huge success for pain, they don't lie. They can't tell you, oh no, it's not right or it's not working. There's nothing going on there. You just put it on them, it starts to work, and then you get the results, which is super exciting. Now, and the dog still has problems breathing, I would definitely use X39 for sure on that dog, darling. Which patch would work for scar tissue? Scar tissue is absolutely X39, without doubt. Also, you might, depending on, if you want to invest in more, aloe vera is the skin cell that also does, by the way, elongate telomeres, and it produces collagen in the skin. And I'm wearing aloe vera every single night and X39 during the day. So aloe vera and X39 would be brilliant for scar tissue. Scar tissue on the lungs, yeah, I would still use them because it's going to help. And which good for inflammation, that's obviously, X39 and Eon, all the way. When David was asked about what was his second favourite patch after X39, he just smiled and said Eon. And there's a lot of reasons why, and a lot of them we cannot say because we're not allowed to say that these patches can heal anything. All they're doing is activating the body's own ability and empowering the body's own ability to heal. But the results they've had from the Eon patch with detoxification, inflammation, cancer cells, all sorts of incredible things, Eon is the one that you want. So I hope that helped, Chris. All right, let's see if I've got anything else. Okay, so Eon, because we just talked about Eon, I just looked down at my notes, and he said that Eon produces a peptide which is used in cancer and in cancer therapy. So this peptide that is activated by Eon is used in cancer therapy. So you've got the right one there. Any preferred location and time for Eon? Look, I've been alternating. Daniel's been wearing them Eon during the day, and I've been wearing mine at night. So at night, I'm definitely wearing Eon and aloe vera. The reason why I'm wearing Eon at night is because the brain and the body starts to detoxify anyway and regenerate at night whilst we sleep. And also, we've all been through so much during any one given day, and we have emotional distress as well. And Eon, in nanoseconds, the moment you put it on, I call, obviously, all of these patches are healing by the speed of light. And when I've patched people up in my live events, which are healing by the speed of thought, I've actually asked them, what are you feeling? And they're bringing up an emotion. I either do a correction, which is what I do, or I put an Eon patch on them and they can't find that emotion again. So obviously at night is great for me. Now, some people can't wear them at night because it's too stimulating. This is what I love about these patches is they all will react to your body in a unique way. So if it were me, Chris, I would be wearing Eon at night just for those reasons. And but then again, if you think about it, I am wearing X39 and energy during the day, and I'm alternating glutathione for immune system support and carnosine for organ strength support during the day as well. So I just figured that Eon and aloe vera at night was the way to go. And obviously my sleep is deeper and longer. And in fact, I'm not getting up nearly as early as I thought I would because I'm actually sleeping more, which is another reason why we start to look and feel better, because we're getting better sleep. These are great questions, Chris. Thank you. All right. So I've been on here for about 24 minutes. I thought I would come on for around 20 minutes. And I just want you to know that you can come in and put your questions in here. You can come in whilst I'm here, or you can put them in before I get here, and I'll answer them for you. And just want you to know that we are a high frequency community of light beings. And it's our job to support each other. It's our job to love each other. And it's our job to help each other share this with the world. I think it's an imperative that this product and this technology is shared with the world. And of course, this is just such an incredible business opportunity as well. It's a plus. One of the benefits of this is that the more people you share this with, the more money that you make. And there's a leadership component to this that is really important. So I want to say I love you, and please watch the David Schmidt call from last Saturday. It's in Patch Me Up Babe, and it's also in the Lifewave Facebook group. There is a special members-only Lifewave Facebook group where Therese Santos and Kathy Booker just feed us the best information. So you've got a lot of support, and I want you to take advantage of it. I love you, and I will see you soon. God bless.